Okay, sorry Libras. Camera cut out there, 15 minutes. As I was saying, Temperance card means that you're going to need balance, patience. So if this is a person that's going to cross you, try not to react. You need to be rational about reacting. This could also mean it's not this person is emotionally acting out this way because they have some personal issues that they're not dealing with, and they're emotional because of the blue. It's emotional, so they have emotional baggage that they're not dealing with, and if that's the case, then you need to be patient with them. You need to help them be self-aware, because they may not be aware of what they're doing, and a person can't fix anything until you become self-aware. They may know themselves that they're doing it, but because they haven't been called out on it, they've kind of put it behind them. They're ignoring it, like with this card here. So be patient with this person. Humans tend to be quite patient with animals, but we seem not to have that tolerance with other people. And it's a shame, because when people learn how to give compassion and have that patience, they can change and become better people. And we're here to teach each other these lessons. We each have something to give to each other, something that we can learn from each other. Doesn't matter how old you are. With Temperance, it's moderation, compromise, balance, healing. So if this is you, you have some emotional healing that you have to do, and could mean you're, like I said, you're refusing to look at your emotions, and this card could actually be a warning that you're going to react based on emotions. And this card came up to tell you that you need to evaluate those emotions, see where they're coming from, where they stem from. Is it something that person did, or is it something from your past that you're not willing to look at? Forewarned is forearmed, so hopefully that makes sense to some of you guys there. For the next week, we have the Seven of Cups. And if you look at the Seven of Cups, it's emotion again. I feel like you guys are inwards. You're really reflecting inwards, or you're in some cases maybe not reflecting. What you're doing is you're imaginating, or your imagination has gone wild. You're coming up with fantasies to preoccupy your mind, so you don't have to focus and deal with whatever's going on here. Also could mean that you have ideas, new ideas coming to you. Options, too many options. You don't know which direction to go. And if that's the case, as I was saying before, meditation can allow you to heal, come to terms, can allow you to see your path a little better when you connect that unconscious and conscious mind together. Your dreams could be giving you a symbol too, because these are each different symbols. So with the Seven of Cups, feeling overwhelmed with choices, one must be made, imagination. Perhaps you're putting too much pressure on yourself to make a decision, and what you need is to evaluate your emotions, to analyze things before you come to a decision. So don't push yourself further than you're able to go. Don't force yourself to make a decision before you're ready to. Could be just telling you that you need more time. The Seven of Cups, the card that's crossing that is the Two of Wands. So Two of Wands could be a love potential, a choice between two people. It's also a young man who has a wand, who's supporting himself with the wand, and he's looking into the future, trying to see where he's going. And if you look, try to get a better view, the two deer or moose, they're the same size. They're on this, it's like a mirror image of the path. Both paths, they're the same. With the birds, it's a message coming to you. The sky's clearing. It's a journey. You're starting off young, new. So the way you can interpret that is by going inwards, reflecting. You're learning a new skill to allow you to grow, to become who you're supposed to be. With the Two of Wands, and it's a initial accomplishment, possible partnership. So by the third week, you're going to overcome all of this. You're going to be balanced. You got that patience. That maybe that's a skill that you need to have a little more of, patience. You're still on the right path. I feel like the heart. So this has to do with the heart. Your heart may need some healing still. The card that we have in the last week is Justice. And as I said before, this card represents Libra. Libra is justice. The scales here, they're both balanced. And as you can see, she has both of her hands up and the light's coming out within, being collected at the sun. She's blindfolded, so she can't see. You can't see your path. There you go. You can't see your path. And you can't see it because it's inwards. You need to go inwards. You need to deal with this emotional baggage. And sometimes you might have to go deep. You need to make those connections, and everybody has different ones. It could also mean the losing of a legal case. And if that's the case, I'll have to say, because there's some truth that you weren't willing to say or see. You waited too long to make a choice. Libras are known to do that, and that's because they're pleasers. They don't want to upset anybody, and they end up being the one that's hurt, and everybody looks at them like, why didn't you tell me? And they blame it on you, but really, you were just trying to protect them and help them. So it backfired, and that's the saddest thing about Libras. People don't understand. And sometimes we need to hurt people, not intentionally, but speaking the truth can hurt them, but it's less hurt in the short term than it is the long term. And maybe that's why this card came up. The Sag sees long term, and you need to start thinking more long term, making decisions based on actions have consequences, and people say that and know it, but to look at it and evaluate it is different. To think of what those consequences are going to have through those actions you take. You need to start doing that a little more, perhaps. Again, not for all of you, for some of you. The way you can overcome this, if it is a legal case, you can overcome it if it's custody issues. Because I see the heart, there's a leadership card here. So this may require you to be the bigger person, whether that be admitting that you're wrong, whether you did something wrong for that separation, or whether it's just coming together with your partner. And if you do have children, sitting down as adults and discussing it and saying, listen, regardless of what happened between us, we have beautiful children, and whether you think your marriage was a mistake or not, it wasn't, because you had those children out of it. So it's the best mistake you ever made. And sit down and discuss what's best for the children. And try to become friends and put your differences behind you, and just think about what's best for the kids, and it's for you two to get along, because we shouldn't be putting our baggage on our children. Easier said than done, though, right? We're all growing and learning, like I said, so mistakes are meant to be made. We don't learn from doing the correct thing, unfortunately. The Six of Wands. It's a leadership card, victory. So you're going to overcome all of this. We are in Aquarius, so I really feel bad for you, Libras, because you guys have been having a rough year. Almost like one thing after another, non-stop. So I'm sure you guys can't wait for the year to be over. But because we're in Aquarius, what I'm going to say is, you guys are people pleasers, and being people pleasers means you're so worried about doing things for others that you lose yourself. So being in Aquarius is about beating to your own drum. They don't agree with anybody. They could care less. They're quirky. They're out of the norm. They know who they are. And that's what Aquarius is about. So you guys are being forced to find yourselves right now, and it can be really uncomfortable for you guys. And all these changes and things that are happening is to force you to find yourself, to ask, so you can sit down and ask yourself, who am I? And Aquarius is forcing us to do that, or Libras at least, because you're so obsessed with pleasing everybody else. It's harder for you because you're always acting the way others want you to, and Aquarius is forcing you to act for what's best for you, because what's best for you is best for others. So it's a very hard lesson for you, Libras, but you're gonna overcome it. Six of Wands is here. Could be a promotion, a job promotion. You're gonna come to an agreement with your partner, whether that was a divorce or a separation. You guys are going to thank each other for the lessons that you taught each other. You now know what you want and you don't want, what you're willing to put up with and you're not. But do take responsibility for your part, because both parties had a part. And anyone who's refusing and saying, no, it wasn't me, they're lying, and they need some self-work. But you can only take responsibility for your part, and that's it. With the Six of Wands, it's achievement, promotion. So you guys are going to overcome it. Your heart's going to be whole again. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Whether these are actually people uplifting you, or you realizing that you love yourself now, you've overcome your own triumphs, your own demons, personal demons. Whether you were the bigger person, congratulations, you did it. You know, like, it's really hard to do self-work on oneself. This reading was pretty intense. So I don't normally do this, but sometimes I look at the bottom of the card for the outcome, and on the bottom of the deck is the Three of Cups, and I chose to do that to show you guys after all of this. And I feel like with the horse here, once we go into Sag, or out of Sag, the new year, you got the Three of Cups to look forward to, and that's celebration, happiness, fulfillment, and all aspects. The material realm, physical realm, spiritual realm. So it's a good way to start off the new year, January. Alright guys, hope you have a good month, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I hope this helped you guys out.